Yeah, see, that's okay. Real quick, for you people out there, I guess Adam, whatever your name is on our
You don't remember his last name? You dissing him?
Dude, he sat there and said, "If you guys don't like MMA, why do you report on it?" And I sent a response, and then he stopped, but he replied to other people. So next stop is, but I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna let you go. So I don't know if you get it. If it's a good card, we say it's a good card.
Yeah.
If it's a bad card, guess what? We're gonna tell you it's a bad card. We're not. Neither one of us are getting paid by or blowing Dana.
Yeah, I'm definitely
contrary to popular belief. No,
Yeah.
we'd have to fight to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Fight Ronda Rousey, which we would both lose definitely by her performance tonight. Anyway, it was a great card. UFC 175 was eventful. Like George said, it was entertaining.
Top to bottom, left to right, it was good.
It has been a couple months since we got a card that was really entertaining. And
put it this way, it was so good and had potential to be so good. That guy took a nap earlier today. So did I.
Yeah,
we
so
didn't take a nap
fresh
together. But
yeah.
we napped.
Sometimes we do, but just not this time.
Only on Thursdays.
But see, this is why we're energetic, everybody, and we're not all fucking down in the dumps, because for the last couple months, we've been watching uneventful cards that end at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're fried. Now, the first fight on the main card, real quick, Uriah Faber defeated
Alex Caraceres.
And did it quickly.
Via choke. Wow, it was in the third.
Was it a third?
Yeah, it was in the third.
It was in the third. Wow, because I missed part of it. That's right. I'm sorry. My bad.
And we were wondering why, and then there was supposedly Uriah asked to be on the undercard because he wanted more eyes on him. As the number 2 guy in your weight class, I
guess you got a lot of eyes on you. You got a lot of eyes to get all those sponsors. I mean, mad sponsors.
Because he's pretty.
Yeah, he's a pretty mod, you know. Bruno Santos, who could be a bodybuilder, because that motherfucker has so much muscle. I didn't think he was going to get past the first minute of the first round, but he managed to pull off the upset of Chris Camozzi. You didn't see that fight. That was on the undercard, but that was a good fight also. Now, moving to the main card, we had Russell Doane going up against Mark Brimage. I don't know what's that. Was something?
Yeah.
The fuck was that? I gotta fix that. Russell Doane going up against Marcus Brimage in a bantamweight fight, and that went the decision. It was a good fight, but I really don't have anything else to go into detail about it. I mean, it probably was the weaker fight of this card.
Well, next to the Struve fight.
Wow. Yeah. Why don't we talk about that before we move on to the next fight? Because, you know, I made some jokes about it and everything last time we talked about it in the pre-card. What the fuck am I trying to say? The pre-video fight. What
Kevin's trying to say is the last video we shot, he made a tasteless joke, which is normally my job.
Yeah. About
somebody being flatlined who had a heart condition or who has a heart condition. Well, that gentleman, Stefan Struve. Stefan Struve was unable to compete tonight because he was having heart palpitations.
He was heart palpitations. And so I didn't want to be an Ebony Richard about it. Okay? That's my new name. That's being a black dick about it. I didn't want to be an Ebony Richard about it because it's serious, man. This fucking
kid needs to hang up.
Yeah, I think he needs to. I mean, if I was Dana White, I mean, the guy had heart palpitations, he's had a valve problem, and he blacked out. And, I mean, I don't know how you can go into the ring and fight at that level with that type of heart issues, you know? And, I mean, I know, obviously, on the other side, he's got a lot of heart to want to do it, but he doesn't have heart. He has heart, but he doesn't have heart.
Make him an international ambassador. Put him on the road. Let him go speak for the UFC. Tell him how great the UFC is. Convince kids to do it. Go to your home country. Open up gyms. Be a face guy for the UFC.
Just
don't fight. Dude, seriously, she's not worth it. You're going to throw a punch and your heart's going to explode.
Yeah, I mean, if you're having problems before you even get out into the octagon, then there's probably some serious issues there. Now, moving on. Go ahead.
This is the guy that was touted. This Uriah Hall, this version of Uriah Hall is the one we've seen, been told about, told it's there, and occasionally comes and goes. The man...
Most importantly, and you guys have heard me say this before, and I'm going to really emphasize it now, he totally redeemed himself.
And for the 3 of you who didn't see it, after the first round, he puts it on his right foot. Uriah Hall's toe like this was like hanging a turn, and the rest of his toes were going. And you know what? He's like, his corner said his toe's been like that.
Yeah.
And the doctor was like, okay, cool.
You got to give it to him.
Oh.
And let me tell you something. In the first round, when he started doing that,
I thought he was trying to pop lock.
He was. He was busting some moves, shorty. It's like electric boogaloo back in the day.
I think what happened is that toe went. You know what I would have done if I was Thiago Santos? I would have tried to get him up against the cage and foot stomp like Lieben did.
Yeah.
Because
you'd have had to fight him dirty. Now, when you consider,
his bone was exposed.
Okay, his bone was exposed. You knew he had not just fight. He had some nasty looking bunions on his feet too. But the bone was the issue that was preventing him from fighting at full capacity. Okay. Now, you know what I'm getting at, right? You know how we say what does John Jones do that you don't like?
Kick people in the kneecaps.
He kicks people in the kneecaps. Now, do you think everybody out there? John Jones kicks people in the kneecaps. A lot of people don't agree with him kicking people in the kneecaps. Okay, a man has a bone sticking out of his toe. Should you toe stomp him like George is suggesting? What do you think? Do you think that's dirty? Or you're fighting to win, right?
Yeah, but the guy's already hurt.
Right.
I didn't hurt him. He hurt himself.
Well, in a way, you kind of hurt him because he kicked you and fucked bone up in his toe.
Not my problem.
Because I know if someone kicks you in that ass dome, their toe's gonna be fucked up.
Anyway, Uriah Hall, bad toe and all, limped his way through the fight, dominated the fight on one wheel and all. It was a great
double thumbs up to you, bro. You look good.
You just he was just a step behind,
yeah.
A step slow, if you will.
Yeah, a step slow. And the Ronda Rousey fight is over.
3 times. Somebody said that they could have sex in 16 seconds. I was like, twice.
Yeah, twice.
That's how long it took. And I don't think Alexis Davis still has an idea what happened.
Let me tell you something.
Stood no chance.
She stood no chance. No.
And Ronda's hands are getting better. Because she caught her with, because if you go back and watch it, I think about second number 12, catches her with a right hand and Davis gets wobbled. Mm-hmm. Ronda snatches her up, second 13, second 14, flips her over, and then drops 9 punches in the last 2 seconds. Game over.
I mean, she had her locked in and hit those punches. I mean, Ronda Rousey is, and we said it probably half a year ago. I said, if you give this girl time or woman time, she is only going to get better because she was a one-trick pony, and people were tweeting me saying, "Oh, she's not a one-trick pony no more," and she's not because her striking has got much better. You see how she used it with me. You saw how she used it with Sarah McCann. She is putting people to sleep, man. Mm-hmm. She's using that overhand right. She hurts you, she wobbles you, and then immediately she does the judo flip on your ass, and it's a wrap. 16 seconds. 16 seconds is fast as shit.
And then I think the only other thing that made more animosity is when Joe sat there. Sat there and said something about, can you fight in August? And then her man stepped in and said,
Dana had this fucking, Dana gave him the gas face, son. Look, now, what's your conspiracy theory on this? Because George and I have a conspiracy theory on this whole shit, okay? We should probably get this video yet.
They're together.
Well, we know Dana and Ronda Rousey. We know that's happening, okay? I mean, there's reports all over the place. There's magazines writing about it, okay?
Well, real quick.
Just repeating
She did bust up her right knuckle, so she will not be fighting anytime soon. She got stitches all the way across that cane.
Yeah, she's not fighting in August, everybody. But Joe Rogan, I know...
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
You see what I'm saying? Joe Rogan knows how things run, You know that it's July. We're sitting at July 5th right now. He says, yeah, everybody in the truck said that, there's an opening now for you to fight on the August 2nd card. You know it's going to be hard for any fighter to spin around basically 30 days and under 30 days and fight. And he called her out. And he did it. And Dana White is always the first person to say, yeah, Chael Sonnen always takes the fight on any notice, does it all the time. I like fighters like that. I like fighters that are willing to jump in. Did you see how he looked at Joe Rogan when he gave him the fucking gas face, dude?
He looked at him like, Ninja, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Have you lost your fucking mind?
Do you want a job?
Yeah. Are you trying to get my girlfriend hurt? Just saying.
But anyway, there's not a woman in the UFC right now who's going to take this woman's belt. No, I don't believe it. The woman who's going to beat Ronda Rousey is not in the UFC yet.
Not yet. No. And she just gets more and more impressive with each fight. So, hats off to you, Ronda Rousey. You fucking did it. Great job in all 16 seconds that you fought.
Enjoy your time off between your hand and your knee surgery.
Alexis Davis, you had a great opportunity out there. You fought the ref better than you fought Ronda Rousey because you were really fighting the shit out of the ref. The ref was like, look, you got me, shorty. Okay, yeah. No more single leg takedowns on my ass. Now, in the main event, we had middleweight fight between...
Title fight, not just a fight. It's a
middleweight title fight between Chris Weidman and Lyoto the Dragon Machida. And I tell you what, man, it lived up to the hype.
Weidman's got a head of cement.
He did.
First 3 rounds, he just kept coming forward. Pressing hard. And this is his first, in my opinion, legitimate title defense because it wasn't a fluke win. It was an all-out, all 5 rounds. He had to go all 5.
He couldn't let up. He couldn't let off the gas.
If this went 6, it would have been scary.
It would have been scary because for the first 3 rounds, you saw, you know, like you said, George, Weidman controlling the ring. He was in the center. He was pressing Machida to the outside of the cage, and it was causing Machida problems of being so elusive. He couldn't do what he's used to doing, and that's Machida being elusive, working to the center of the octagon, and then going on the attack. He could not do that. He pressed him to the outside of the cage, and Machida was having problems. Plus, he scored a couple takedowns in those first 3 rounds. And then all of a sudden, in the 4th round, he got a little
Machida found his groove.
And Machida got in the groove. He connected a couple times, and I'm like, holy shit, he might knock Weidman out.
Yeah, he had him on skates.
And I'm going to tell you what. The end result was, you know, Weidman winning the decision.
And if you went strictly on faces, like the gentleman who got lost in the Everglades hunting Bigfoot, Jimmy, used to say, the damage thing. Well, in my opinion, even though at the end of the fight, Machida got cut, Weidman looked worse for wear, or sounded worse for wear. And he's just like...
He was out of it. He was out, like he couldn't, he was like this. Like I'm gonna show you, you're Rogan. I'm Weidman, this was it.
And then Rogan was asking him questions like...
He's like this.
Yeah, he said, at any time were you ever hurt?
Yeah, I don't remember much. I probably was.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the tape.
I'll have to watch the tape. He was out, you know, and I said, okay, you know what? And you know what? You got to give Weidman a lot of courage and a lot of credit, because for him to be that out of it, you know, he was fighting on fumes. He's like, you know what? I've won 3 rounds. I got through the 4th. I've got to stay on my feet and win this, because he took him down in the 5th round. I thought, okay, maybe he'll hurt Machida and put him out. And then all of a sudden, with like a minute left,
that minute saved his ass.
It saved his ass.
I think that minute where Machida spent on the mat in the 5th really helped Weidman out a lot. Yeah. And it's funny because you hear the wrestlers, when they get hurt, they just go on autopilot and they go into wrestle mode, and that's what he did.
He did.
He
just held him
in the 5th round, took him down, held him there for a little bit, bought him a minute at a time where he wasn't getting hit or had to duck anything. Yeah. And if you looked at the laceration on his rib cage, Weidman, I was like, it was bruised up. Dude, when he wakes up tomorrow morning, he's gonna be a hurting puppy.
Fucking thick ass raspberry.
I don't think he's gonna be out at the club
tonight. Grape and some blueberries.
He's not gonna be out at the club tonight with the belt.
No.
He took a lot of damage in that fight.
And he doesn't even know where the club is, George.
No.
He doesn't even know where fucking Nevada is. Is that where he fought? Is that where I fought? Who did I fight?
With that said, do you think the outcome would have been different if it was his original opponent being Vitor?
I'm gonna tell you what, man. Weidman impressed me. The first 3 rounds, I was like, man, this fucking guy is, bottom line is, he is a true champion. Yeah. He proved himself tonight, okay? All you Weidman dialers and stuff. And I think George and I fell in that category at one time. But Chris Weidman he's a great wrestler. He's a great striker. He throws great kicks. He has great defense. He is very well rounded. And when I interviewed the Yamasaki brothers back last year, they said it. They said this guy was the up and coming guy. But the last 2 rounds made me think, okay, holy shit. And when you get somebody that tags them. Now, Vitor, if he fights Vitor and Vitor has limitations on him with the TRT exceptions and stuff like this, I'm going to give it to Weidman. But if you get a jacked Vitor, if you fight him in Brazil or something like this, that's going to be a crazy fight. I don't know if he could beat Vitor. When Vitor comes at you aggressively and hits hard. And people don't realize Vitor is like 6'1", too. He's a big guy. He's fought at 205. He's fought heavyweights at one time. So he's a big motherfucker. And when he's jacked up on shit, he is fucking aggressive. And he'll fight you. It's going to be hard to beat that guy. Silva's number 1 contender. Vitor's number 2. Machida was number 3. And then you got Jacare sitting at number 4. That's another person that's looked really strong lately. Weidman, it's going to be tough to fit in this belt. It's a loaded class now. It used to be a little bit when Anderson was just running through it. Maybe because he was so good, it didn't seem as deep. Right. But it's loaded up now. So we'll see what's next. I guess all you people, let us know.
Oh, and all you UFC fans, just hold tight, because that was what, event 2 event 2 is tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So, and then you only got 3 more for the rest of the month.
Oh, I know. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be the Ultimate Fighter finale, and obviously BJ Penn is going to be going up against Frankie Edgar for the 3rd time.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to fare too well.
Yeah, I Vegas odds has it right now. I think it changed. It was more lopsided in Edgar's favor, and now it's down to like 5-1. So he's beat him twice. I think he'll probably beat him a 3rd time. That's
just to give you an idea of what else is going on this month. So tomorrow you get the BJ Penn, which is the 6th. You guys probably see this when it's too late.
Yeah.
July 16th, which is a Wednesday, you got Jim Miller versus Donald Cerrone. That's going to be a hell of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Then the 4 of you have the Fight Pass are going to see McGregor versus Brandow. Oh, Jesus.
Brandow.
And then to round out the month, you're going to have your boy Lawler versus Matt Brown.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be epic.
They're going to try to kill each other.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great fight.
And then and then a week later, you got
fucking,
but that's not happening.
Aldo, huh?
That fight got nixed.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do for the August 2nd card. To me, in all honesty, just scrap the whole damn thing.
They'll forget somebody to slide in there. Get Cormier to fight somebody.
You got Jacare versus Gegard. You got Maynard versus Camos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a tough one. To me, I wouldn't be surprised if that card gets scrapped.
Now, let's move it on, guys. We're done with